Welcome, Mats.
Thank you, Jan, and thank you, Bigger. Ecofective, we focus on energy savings in existing buildings by the use of our energy management system called EE2. Ecofective was founded in 2009 in Sweden as a consultancy company, and we actually revamped, changed the whole business idea or model in 2012 into a product company. It's like having your little energy efficiency expert in your building 24/7. But it's IT-based, of course. And we have also now started looking into EPC, or energy performance contracting, and this is the area where we are very interested to find investors that would like to share that journey with us. And we're looking for a funding of 1 million euros up to 5 million euros. The product we have is proven scientifically and customer. We've got 120 installations in Sweden and Germany. It's mainly multi-tenant and office buildings. The product development is based on thermodynamic optimization research from the Royal Technical Institute in Sweden. And we have patents, 2 approved and 2 pending. We have offices in Stockholm and in Munich. And of course, we have the support of the Swedish Energy Agency, which we're very happy for. There is a lot of discussions, of course, on a global level, on a regional level, about saving energy, CO2 emissions, and the climate change. But if you really want to do a change, you need to focus on where the energy is consumed and in the buildings. And that's where we focus, on existing buildings. We have an IT-based energy efficiency management solution that reduces purchased heating energy by 13 to 25% at 1% of a classical refurbishment. Now, that means approximately 1 to 2 euros per square meter, depending, of course, on the size of the building. But as a comparison, a refurbishment project in those cases would approximately be 150 up to 450 euros per square meter. And actually, this is a little bit of a problem for us because sometimes they say, no, this is too cheap. This can't be true. So in Sweden, we're actually going to double the price. At least that's my intention at the moment. We have a smart integration box that we use to make it very easy to implement the solution. And it takes less than 1 day to install. And we can use it on each and every HVAC or heating system available on the marketplace. Once you installed it, the constant update of the energy footprint of the building, and it's done on an individual building level, or it's done on a cluster level, or even on a national level. Try to explain the concept behind the solution. To understand, I'll just give you a simplified version. If you have a large building and a central heating, usually the system works that when the temperature outside goes down, the heating power in the building goes up. That's the fundamental of it. So what we do is we try to work the system, the existing system, more intelligent. And the first step we do is that we look at the building thermal behavior of the building, adding all the parameters required to understand that, and that's added into the software. It's about the building heat loss coefficient, I can't even pronounce it. Heating system, it's everything that's needed to get a view of the building's energy behavior. Then once we have that in, we actually look at the free heat or free energy sources like the sun or people in this room or machines or anything that affects the building and provides heating into the building. Once we identify that and we know the building's thermal behavior, we then can calculate the additional, the optimum energy needed to reach the right level of temperature indoors. So this is what we do, and we do this every 10 minutes and calculate the actual optimum energy need for heating a building. Then how do we transform that information into the existing central heating system? Well, going back to the concept that each and every central heating system works on the outdoor temperature, what we actually do is, with this climate chamber, we just heat up the outdoor temperature, or the actual air outside. And that's how we influence the existing central heating system. It's very simple, it's very easy, and it's very safe. If for some reason that the system would fail, it would just go back to normal. It doesn't infringe in any way the existing heating system. All the service guarantees, etc., are still there. The investment is still there. We just make the building work more intelligent. And the best thing is, of course, that it works. It really works. This has been proven by a scientific report from Fraunhofer Institute for Building Physics. They have a huge laboratory, which is like 24 football fields. And they also have, there's one of the only places in Europe that we know of that have two totally identical buildings. Not only identical built, but also identical how they behave. And they have, in these buildings, they have heating sources simulating human behavior. In one of the buildings, we had our solution installed, and the other was a reference building. In this case, 13% energy savings. We, of course, have customers. I'm not going to go in. These are Swedish and German customers. But just to give you a variety, they're mainly multi-tenant buildings, but we have for schools, we have elderly care, we have student housing, mainly, as I mentioned, mainly multi-tenant buildings, but also we have the Swedish Armed Forces. So we're very proud of that as well. This is one example of Germany. This is a student residential house, but rather small, 4,500 square meters. The investment was 9,000 euros, and the installation was done in less than a day. 18.2% savings. This is another one, 9,200 square meters, 13.6%. This is the Berlin-Marzahn. This is the Plattenbauer area, I think it's called in Germany. It's social housing, I would say, maybe something like that. It's the former East German building structures. Actually, I think this house was actually built by a Swedish company. And actually, it does have a good, a low energy consumption, but here, even with that, we were saving nearly 23%. This is southern Stockholm. The investment here was high. It was 2 euros per square meter. 14.6% savings. So the repayment is very fast. Now, what we want to do is we want to expand this even quicker. We want to grow even faster, and we want to do that with your help in the support of an EPC, energy performance contracting model. So hopefully there will be some investors interested to discuss that. So, 46 seconds over, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have a question for Mats?
How can you make sure that the comfort level is on the same if you install your system?
We have we actually put in a temperature sensor, indoor temperature sensors in the building. So on every second floor, we put at least 4. So usually we have like between 12 and 16 indoor temperature sensors. And from there we
part of your installation, basically.
It's part of the installation, yes.
Ben?
I didn't hear it, or you didn't say it explicitly, but is this applicable to commercial buildings where I guess there's already a lot of BMS sort of systems out there where they may monitor even more than just heating, lighting and stuff like that? What does that mean for your addressable market potential, that there are already sort of broader approaches that claim to be achieving the same sort of savings? Thank you.
I think our solution could yes, work very well there. But honestly, the low-hanging fruit for us is the multi-tenant buildings and the simple office buildings. So going in there would be a little. I think we could do it, but from the business perspective, it wouldn't make sense because we want to have a standard product rolling out in large volume. That's really what we want to achieve.
How long do you think will it take until installations without your technique or something comparable are not considered state-of-the-art anymore? I mean, being a tenant, to learn that it is so easy to save such amount of cost, how can something without this solution be in 2 years' time be state-of-the-art?
I think what we need to continuously improve. Now, saving is only one part of the offering, actually, but it's the easiest one to communicate. But the transparency of data and all of this is also one of a very important aspect, and also the diagnostics. We're collecting all this information, and we need to make sure that we can use this as a very good tool as a big data. And I think within a very short period of time, we will have enough volume so we can be able to expand in this area as well and add more value to the customer. But honestly, it's a very conservative market. It's a very slow-moving market. So even if we're going to run as fast as we can, it's going to take a long time before most of the installations, before we have covered the market. Yeah, before we have them all. Thank you. We'll share some.
All right, Mats.
Thank you very much.
Here's a speaker gift for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.